Hello there, Steve here in Sydney from the Lay Gnosis website, truebluehealer.com. I'm here to invite you to participate, yes, you personally, participate in a worldwide study. It's a world first. It's a follow-up to a world first pilot study which has been overwhelmingly successful. We now need larger numbers, hopefully, to get the same sort of percentages and things. And I'd love to have your participation, and this will require your keeping a little diary and emailing back to me at the website over perhaps a period of months. It's a wonderful experience, and previous people who have done this, their footprints are in the website truebluehealer.com. I'm specifically addressing a very difficult to reach bunch of people who perplex the rest of the community. They are in fact often called pseudo-skeptics, born-again skeptics, professional atheists. Their main output appears to be a dismaying belligerence, which ultimately seems to betray, correct me if I'm wrong, in emails you can, seems to betray an internal hysteria. However, I'm going to give you an explanation for this, which is, you may find surprisingly fetching, and it goes something like this. Much of our behaviour is animal-based. We literally inherit it from ancestral animals. And one of them is our bonding behaviour. And you'll see when you get a puppy dog, you've only got to feed it twice, give it a cuddle, and it adopts you as a parent for life. And as it grows, its life with you, it becomes enamoured with you more and more, and it will protect you in times of danger. When it sees you being threatened, it's going to bark, it's going to make noises. It may even attack other people. It may come and paw you and wake you up in the middle of the night when a fire's occurring. Things like that. So, now some dogs go berserk and become savage dogs, biting postmen and everything going past. They're really just, it's only a protective thing for the owner and the patch of land they're on. And this is very, very understandable. Now, I'm going to put it to you that humans behave in a very similar way, and that is that they, how can I put this? When they're born, they bond with their mother and father very quickly. A baby will often think that, little children often think that mother is the most beautiful lady in the world and father's the most handsome man in the world, and they can do no wrong, that sort of thing. That's assuming you have a normal family. And you'll bond with siblings and likewise defend them too frequently against insult from other people, you see. Now, so this bonding thing is very normal and natural. We all do it. It's necessary for survival. Now, it often manifests elsewhere where people have an heroic figure in the media, such as a movie star or a film star, a singer, that sort of a thing. And no matter what that person goes through, the fan will have an absolute adoration for them. They'll be all forgiving like a puppy dog, no matter what that singer does, in and out of rehab and 27 husbands and all that sort of stuff, drug taking. You don't care. She's a wonderful singer, and that's that. You leave her alone, right? Now, some people with this kind of dog-like behaviour, and I do confess I do it myself, some people take it one step further and start sort of, well, biting the postman. They can make the mistake of adopting as their heroic figure someone like James Randi. And therein lies a problem, because affection for this character, which is wonderfully normal, admirable and natural, and a wonderfully human thing to do, taken to extremes where you basically turn into a postman biter, causes dismay in other people, because they think you've gone too far with your adoration of this heroic figure in the screen media, Mr. James Randi. So, got something for you there. Now, one thing noted about these very aggressive, skeptical people, which dismays the rest of the community, is their ridiculous insistence that anecdotal evidence has no place. It's really a mistaken excuse. It's a pathetic attempt to sort of make everyone else shut up and stop criticising their hero, Mr. James Randi, and everything he stands for. I'm going to try and correct you here, and you can dispute this with me on email or underneath the video. I don't mind, you can do that. It goes like this, and a real biggie now is today that Ayurveda, which is Indian traditional medicine, thousands of years old, is almost entirely anecdotal. And guess what? It's all being patented by Big Pharma. So there's tremendous value in going through anecdotal evidence. Okay, so I don't want to hear this stuff anymore from pseudo-skeptics that anecdotal evidence doesn't count. Why am I saying this to you right now? Why am I labouring this point? Because I want anecdotes from you, the viewer in this worldwide study. You'll need to keep a diary. You'll be shown something in a video. You'll be asked to do a little bit of homework daily for a couple of weeks, and then report in a diary what happens. You'll find anecdotes all the way through the website by people a long time ahead of you, and you will immediately realise the value of anecdotal evidence in a very personal way, and that you can contribute to this enlarged study, which is, I'm hoping to go to 20 countries. So far I'm down to up to about 6 or 7 countries. I've lost count. Now, just going back to the, what can I say, the excessive affection or perhaps excessive allegiance that pseudo-skeptics do seem to display toward their heroic figures like James Randi. Can I say to you, I'm not condemning you for doing this. I'm not condemning you, and I know you probably take issue with the words I just used to describe your relationship with James Randi. You may want to distance yourself from those words. That's okay. But I'm going to say to you, you've given away your affection way too cheaply. You are worth a lot more than you think. And giving your allegiance away to someone like James Randi, you're not doing yourself justice. And what I'm going to do is suggest to you that there is something magnitudes greater than James Randi that you could give your undying allegiance to. I'm not suggesting you will continue or should continue bad-mouthing other people in defence of any loved one. But I've got something for you. You view a video, you see what happens, and you write down if you change at all in the next few months. And so far it's a howling success worldwide that you haven't heard about, because you've got to be here to know about it, okay? But it's already university tested, and the only problem with universities is they're a very conservatively profiled organisation generally, and they don't like to announce these findings publicly. Now, for the ardent skeptics, I have a little bit of technical advice for you on procedures in this worldwide study. Your personal participation is desired very much, and I'd like to have your opinions, your feedback. Now, in the video you watch next, which is going to be a response video beneath this video, you'll be asked to listen to a funny passage, spoken, be asked to keep sort of a funny idea in your head, and then to do something. Now, skeptics always say nothing really works on them. It's a habit they have, folding their arms, and they're not going to cooperate with any kind of experiment because their real goal is to wreck it. I'm sorry to say I've seen this many times. But what I want you to do to prove how you've distanced yourself from reality so much is to ask your wife to do it or your children. Because 5-year-old kids can do what's in the demonstration video. I know the true failure rate. It's extremely small. So if you write back to me and say, oh, it didn't work to me, it didn't work on me, I couldn't do it, no, it didn't work on me, I'm scientifically proving, well, I will know that you are lying. There's a pilot study miles ahead of you. It's been going for about 4 years. I know the numbers. I know all the games. So if you want to be in this study, control data will filter out spurious responses anyway. Would you want to be a spurious response in a world-first, groundbreaking study? What's the point of being a spurious response? Just think about that. I want your input. I value your input, your honest opinion, your best quality opinion, your occasional reports by email. I value it very highly. So I'm being totally honest with you. you could try doing that with me. And to all the ordinary people watching, they're much easier to work with because they are simply calmly curious. And that will drive them to look at this video and take an interest, and that's all they need. They won't be frothing at the mouth with denials like the pseudo-skeptics do. So I wish you well. So remember, the video you view next after this is immediately below as a response video, and there's a couple more, Lanoses 2, 3 and 4 in YouTube. And you can also look at the truebluehealer.com, a website for a whole bunch of supporting textual evidence, including anecdotes from about 6 countries. I invite your comments and your questions and your suggestions. This is Steve here in Sydney. I'll see you soon.